Every editor on YouTube tells you to cut on the music. However, to do this effortlessly, it's essential to know the right tools in DaVinci Resolve and most importantly, know a few basics in music theory. In general, music is structured into bars, and between these bars, there are different amounts of places for notes. This is called a time signature. For example, 3/4 has place for 3/4 notes between each two bars. This time signature is famous for waltzes. However, there's a more popular time signature, the 4/4. This one has place for 4/4 notes between two bars. And this one is most commonly used in pop music. So let's use this knowledge paired with the right tools in DaVinci Resolve. But first, we need some music. I get my music and sound effects from Audiio. Here, you can browse the whole library or search by genre, instrument, or even video theme. My favorite feature in Audiio is that you can download separate stems. For example, if I only want the vocals of a track, I can download them individually. The newest feature of Audiio is Hands AI. This chatbot helps you find the right track for your video. So let's use Hands AI to find a track for this video. That's the track we're gonna use. So let's open up DaVinci Resolve and move it into the timeline. Now, before we do anything to edit it, let's right click it and then normalize audio levels. I choose YouTube in this drop-down list and press normalize. This turns down the loudness so we don't damage our eardrums. Now let's hold down Alt and drag it into the second audio lane so we have a copy of it. I will go ahead and mute the first one. On the second audio track, we now want to place an equalizer so we can hear the beat better. So let's go ahead, enable the equalizer, and let's click on band 1 and band 4. And I will just drag band 4 a little bit to the back. Let's hear it. Like this. Now I can hear the beat really clearly. Now we could go ahead and make this into a compound clip so the audio track updates. And now we could use the marker tool and place a marker at each of these places. And then we could cut our video at these markers. But no, we are not gonna do that. We will go ahead to the Fairlight page and have a look at another tool in DaVinci Resolve. Let's make this a little bit bigger and zoom in so we can see better. First of all, we will click this button. This is called the Transient Detection. And after we clicked it, you will see nothing happened. What you still need to do is click the same button over here. So it will enable it for this track, and if after a few seconds your computer will add these lines. They're barely visible here, but if you have a closer look you can see them. And these are the points where DaVinci Resolve suggests you to cut your music. Yeah, we could go ahead and do the same thing. You go to these points and then press M for marker. What you also can do is use your keys on the keyboard, and by pressing the down arrow you can jump to the next marker. So down, next, down, next, down, next, down, next, down, next, down, down, next, and so on. You can do this for the whole track. Then you can go back to the edit page and edit your music at these points. This is already quite good, but if this doesn't work for your track, what you also can do is analyze the music by its speed. Usually, the pace of music is measured in BPM, which stands for beats per minute. If you have this info about a track, we can lay a grid over it and then cut the video accordingly. So, let's see how we can do this in DaVinci Resolve. First of all, you need to find out which BPM your track has. You can either search it up online or use one of the free online tools which can detect BPMs. My track has a BPM of 126. And now we can disable the Transient Detection, and then go up here and enable Display Grid. Now you can see there's this grid on our audio tracks, and if we go to this option again, we can change the timescale from timecode to tempo. Now you can see these 4 different inputs: the resolution, time signature, tempo, and song start. First of all, the resolution are quarter notes. I would suggest to leave it at quarter notes, so you have the best grid. You can also create a smaller grid, but I think quarter notes is fine. Then the time signature. We have talked about the different time signatures. In this case we have a 4/4. And now there's this tempo input. This one is the BPM of your track. So I will change mine to 126. And now you can see there are these lines which indicate that there's a grid. What you also can see is up here, this changed from a time to bars. The second one is the bars. So we are on bar 1, bar 2, 3, 4, and the third one is the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we want to shift this grid so it starts at the first beat of our music. So I will place my cursor on the first beat. Now we need a way to know the time where this cursor is placed. So we go ahead to this grid settings, click on the time code. Now we can read it. It's 1:00:1:18. Now we can go ahead to tempo and change the song start to 1:00:1:18. And now you can see our song starts right at this first beat. What you also will notice is that there are different strengths of lines. The bolder ones are usually the first note in a bar, and then comes 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And now you can go ahead and place your markers at these bars. To cut your music on this, you can go ahead to the edit page and use these markers to cut it. Either of these methods are fine. You need to choose which one is better for your music, and then you can place your clips at these markers and have your clips perfectly synchronized to the music.